Hello, everybody, and welcome to Friday Night Contact. This is your host, Noel. Not on camera today because I'm not feeling uh, too good. Got to say, my stomach is in a bit of a doing somersaults here. Um, I managed to keep my dinner down, which was something, but yeah, not feeling too good. So that's why we're streaming early. PD will get to us as soon as he can. Obviously, I only let him know at 4 o'clock because it was around that time that I think I had something to eat. I was eating. Did two quick streams on the gaming channel, and I could feel that I wasn't right. And I wouldn't even mind. We haven't eaten that we shouldn't be eating because I've been eating vegetables all this week, believe it or not. Went on a bit of a veggie buzz with the meals this week. But yeah, so we're here obviously to talk about some entertainment stuff as we do on a Friday night. Um, so apparently, I've just seen a clip of it. South Park has done it again. Um, South Park takes the piss out of Disney Plus, and Kathleen Kennedy. Cartman is having dreams that Kathleen Kennedy is under his bed. Uh, Seen a clip of it earlier. Don't know if the episode has actually dropped yet. But apparently this is the season where, they do it every season anyway. They call out a lot of stuff. But this season it looks like they're definitely going all out. Also, Rick and Morty dropped its second episode of Series 7. I'm still kind of torn. um I don't know. I've noticed over the previous couple of seasons because I've been rewatching it. I'm actually on series 4 now. I've rewatched before I start watching series 7 again because I wanted to catch up. So I've already watched it once all the way through, and I'm watching it again. But I have noticed actually that the first few seasons they kind of had an overall story arc, whereas I've noticed the last couple of seasons it's not really a story arc as such. I mean, I thought the season premiere, while it was good, it was decent. It wasn't that spectacular. So I still think it's one of the best shows on TV. So like it's it's it'll be interesting to see how this season goes. As for the voices, the Morty voice is perfect. Poopy Butthole's voice is not really great, and he does an okay Rick, but I've noticed something as well. Are we going with sober Rick now? Is this the way it's going to be? Because your man can't belch while talking, doing Rick. Because I've noticed that there's no belching anymore, and I know everybody kind of has a problem with Rick talking to a therapist and all now, but you could actually see throughout from series 1 onwards that his character was developing quite a lot, and there's no denying that he does love his family. I mean, look all the shit he done to protect his family. So I don't have a problem with that. I just hope they don't focus on that. But as I said, it's not. Look, it's. I've said this. It's not really. It hasn't. They were never going to replicate the first few seasons. I think it's been on the decline ever since. Slow. They still produce some great episodes, I have to say. But I'll still watch. I still a fan of the show, and um, it does give me a laugh. It does it does give me a laugh. So I mean, that's what it's all about. And but I just wish they'd go back to more overarching stories and little subplots and stuff like that. It's like as if you know, they did it the first few seasons, and it's like, well, they proved themselves how great they were at writing. Now they don't have to really do it now, and they've been kind of coasting for a while, and that's what I believe. I do believe they've been coasting for a little while. But as I said, in between that, they've had some decent bloody episodes. I've been rewatching again, as I said, and I've really I've been laughing out loud as well. It's very good. So I know there's some people out there that say, "Oh, it's very hard to get into." Look, I remember the first time I ever watched it. After the first episode, I was like, "What the fuck did I just watch?" And I didn't really want to watch anymore after the first episode. But I watched the second episode, and then by the third episode I was in. I was fully in. I was a Rick and Morty fan. And then when I went back and watched the first episode again, I appreciated it even more. You know, Rick has his troubles and stuff like that. Now, I have to give it to him because he is here on very short notice, and he'd have every right to give me a bit of a ticking off. But as I said, my stomach, it's not because I didn't want to go at 9 o'clock. It's my stomach is in a jock, and I don't want to be sitting here at 9 o'clock saying to everybody, "Oh, look, I'm not streaming again." Because you know yourselves, when you get a tummy bug or whatever it is I have, you know, it gets worse as the hours go on. So that's why I wanted to go early. And I'm supposed to be streaming, I think, Sunday as well. I don't know how that's going to pan out, but we'll see about that. But here he is, me sidekick, me co-host, whatever you want to call him, the man who never lets me down. Actually, yeah, that's the truth of it. You know, and for those wondering about Lee and Chris, I'm suspecting that the both of them are going to come back at the same time. Lee, as you know yourself, you know, all that shit is going on, and I don't think he'd be in the right frame of mind to come on the stream to talk about absolute rubbish, you know, or entertainment when there's shit going on in the world. So, but I did speak to Chris, and I actually asked him a couple of days ago when did he think he'd be back, and he said he wouldn't be too long. So Chris will be coming back as well. So we'll have the four of us, myself, PD, Chris, and Lee, hopefully back, and we'll have a proper full house, and we'll be back hopefully to our proper time slot and get on with the business at hand. But let's bring him on, the one and only PD Rich.
Hey,
Rich. Thanks for. I know it's short notice, buddy. But thank you for being understanding.
It's all right. Look, it's all right. It's all right. I just saw the message, or else I'd been on a bit earlier with you. But...
Yeah, man. That's. I mean, listen. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's the veg. I mean, veg doesn't make you get sick. I must. You know, I got a curry out of the curry shop. I got a small curry because, like, I've been very good these last couple of months with this Hello Fresh stuff, and I was just feeling a bit peckish, and I said, you know what, I'll just get a curry. And I even knew when I was eating it, it tasted a little bit, I don't know, it tasted a little bit, I haven't been the same since I ate that curry, man.
Yeah. Tikka
So I'm not touching curries again. I'm done. If I make a curry, if I want a curry, I'm gonna make my own from now on. I mean, it's the best way to do it anyway. But we got a good few people in the chat there, so I'll just say a couple of hellos and we'll continue on. But actually, on that, are you a Rick and Morty fan, PD Rich?
I used to know what happened to Roiland, because I hear you're not liking it. You're not liking the series much.
Well, I mean, it's not that I'm not liking it. It's, how do I put it? It's like,
gone out of it.
No, it's not even that. I still think the cleverness is still there, and it is. It's very much there, and the writing is still intelligent. Do you know what I think? It just feels
wrong.
No, what's the word? There's a word I'm looking for. It just feels like they're going through the motions, really. I mean, they've done a lot of great stuff. Do you know what I mean? And they're still doing great stuff, but it just doesn't. I think the big problem I have, as I said, the first few seasons, especially the first 4 seasons, maybe 5 seasons, you could even go as far, had a kind of over arc storyline, right? There was a storyline, like, there were little puzzles throughout each episode. You clicked it together, and then when we got to it, all made sense. That sort of way. Now it's like after Evil Morty kind of blew everything up or destroyed the porthole and all of that shit.
Yeah.
It just seems like
it's over, kind of thing.
They're playing it safe. That's the word. They're playing it safe.
Yeah.
They're playing it safe, especially after what happened last season. And then with Justin being kicked off, and then it turns out he's innocent. I don't know how that's gonna. I mean, they should bring him back. I think that's bollocks anyway. Maybe they will in time,
I
but
think they can. I think he's burnt his bridges with Dan Harmon. I think Dan Harmon overreacted from what I'm hearing about the whole thing. Totally overreacted, and now it's all just a massive punch.
Well, it was funny because his name is still in the credits, and his name is still in as.
He did create the show,
and some people are suspecting that he might be writing, but obviously they're not telling anybody. I don't know, man. Maybe, but I just feel they're playing safe with it, especially after what happened last year. And the season premiere, while it was great and had Hugh Jackman and Caribbean. By the way, did you know that Hugh Jackman wrote Caribbean Queen? It wasn't Billy Ocean. That's what they say in this episode, and it's fucking brilliant. And he's seriously, man, the guy that they got to play Hugh Jackman. I don't know if it was Hugh Jackman taking the piss out of himself, but can I tell you, it was fucking it was funny. It was funny now. But I found for a season premiere, like, you look at season 2 premiere or season 3's premiere. I mean, holy shit. At the ending of those seasons, first of all, holy shit. And then the start of the seasons, oh my God, like. But it just feels like with this one, it's like last year's ending.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah. And now this year's start is like, yeah. It's.
I mean,
as I said, the writing's still there. The writing's still there. The cleverness is still there. I just can't pinpoint PD what it is. But some of the criticism that it's gotten, that it's gone down the woke route, well, that's a bit unfair to say, because if you look at the first few seasons,
you can't judge the season.
But not only that, if you look at the first few, they had woke elements in it, but they took the piss out of it. Right? Yeah. They took the piss out of it.
They went very woke in season 3. I had to dial it back.
Yeah.
Royland fired two of the writers.
That's what I mean. They dialed it back because, they overcompensated with season 3. I do agree with you, but they still within season 3 had some great standout alone episodes, like, you know what I mean? So I don't mind that once it's consistent with the quality, and I still think it is there. There's just I don't know what it is. It's not a lack of passion. It's not anything like that. It just feels safe to me. It's like, they are clever, but I think they were cleverer than that, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And it's like now, it's like, well, we've done it, but now we play it safe for a couple of years because we got this big deal. So, we don't have to put as much effort in, and not much effort in, because it's still putting it. See, it's the wrong word. I don't know what word I'm trying to find, but it's.
Yeah.
I'll stick with it because it is still interesting, and the voices, the Marty voice is spot on. The Rick voice is just off a little bit, but the person that's doing the voice, it actually is a person that's doing the voice, because he was shitting a brick apparently. But he's doing a good job. I'm not going to knock him. I think with the characters that he has the voice, he's done pretty well. His Rick is nearly spot on, but you can tell the difference. And that's another adjustment now I have to actually make, because for some people, they probably wouldn't have watched a couple of episodes of Rick and Morty before the season 7 premiere. But I always like to watch the season before, at least anyway, or watch the whole lot through again. And that's exactly what I did. And then when I got to the season 7 premiere, after watching season 6 season finale, then I'll go into the premiere, and then I could tell the voice of Rick is just a bit off. And it's going to take a little bit of adjustment, but it's not too much of adjustment. I think your man is doing a great job, and he should be praised. He is doing a great job, and it will take us a while to get used to it. But I'm glad there was a rumor that they were going to completely change his voice.
Yeah.
And that would have been a no. That would have been me out. The fact that they've tried to replicate it, and it's not, and I'm being honest, you can get some people that try to replicate voices and they're absolutely crap.
Yeah.
Right? But this fella does a good job, and he gets his flowers and he gets his credit where credit is due, because, I think if he didn't do such a good job, I wouldn't be still watching right now. So whoever that guy is, well done.
Yeah, I know. It's just a change. I feared the show's going to lose its edge a bit. That's my problem, because it's like take South Park. If you took Trey Parker out of South Park, I think it'd just fall to pieces.
Yeah, I mean, but South Park is. Do you know what? We give it about the Simpsons. Simpsons kind of died out years ago and has been dragged through the mud. Whereas I don't think that's happened with South Park, though. Okay, you had 1 or 2 seasons where it wasn't quite as good as others, but I think the South Park writers have actually done very well to keep that show still relevant and still take the piss and not care what backlash they get on whatever they take the piss out of. I like their attitude, and I'm glad South Park is kind of still around, to be honest. I've been rewatching it. I've actually been really enjoying it. Yeah. Is it as good as those early days? Of course it is, and nothing will be.
No.
But they're close. They're close. They're still able to rip the piss out of stuff and that's what that show is good at. But do you know what's surprising is that the generation that grew up with South Park are actually the ones that have destroyed the world right now.
Yeah. You thought they'd learn. I mean, the nice thing about South Park is they take the piss out of both sides, and I've always appreciated that. They're not afraid. I know they've had to tone it down a lot over the generations, but in the 90s and the 2000s, they weren't afraid to take on anyone, because they thought the show was only going to last like 2 or 3 seasons. They were just going to bail out, take the money and bail out. But when they hit the movie, they realized how big time they were.
It's I mean, all those shows, South Park, even The Simpsons and Rick and Morty, they are cultural. They've become cultural icons, and they have their fan bases. I mean, the Rick and Morty fandom is brilliant, I actually have to say. Now it does have those fans in it as well. But the best thing about that show is that I think that show does cater to everybody. Do you know what I mean? Rick and Morty doesn't always take the piss out of things like that either. It will, but not all the time. And it doesn't have to. If it's funny and people are enjoying it, look, there'll be elements of a show that I like, and there'll be elements of these kids like. Right? It's just a simple fact of the reality. There's nothing we could do about it. I just hate the fact that they've overcompensated and everything has to be fucking woke and crap. You know what I mean? You can still create good shows and still have an element of wokeness in them. I mean, look at Russell T Davies, for example, just to give any if Russell T. Look, all I'll just say is, look, I might have me problems with Russell T at the moment. I do believe his hirings have, made people sit up and take notice because of what happened the last 5 previous years. But if we were to go on years and years, that had a diverse cast and it was woke. But the writing was so fucking good. The characters were so well developed, and they were more than just being gay or disabled or whatever it fucking was. if anybody can do it with Doctor Who, it is RTD. I just don't like the way he's treated fans, and he needs to shut up about all the shit that he talks about.
You shouldn't piss on your regular fan base. I've always said that. I know
Yeah.
they want to try new fan bases and extend the fan base, but if you're going to turn your old fan base, you can end up with like a quarter of your fan base at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's this kind of logic. It's the reverse logic of Hollywood. Oh, we'll just attack the fans. We want a new fan base anyway. And they've got like about a 10% of 10% of the fan base they originally had because they've just driven everyone away. I would admit there are people like some of the Trek fandom. There are some people that watch anything called with Star Trek on it. But there's a lot of kind of the older, more legacy Trek fans that won't touch you with a 50-foot pole. Lord Foth will tell you because he was like it with Star Trek Picard Season 3. But as I always said, I said to Clobby as well, I said, look, each to their own, mate. If you like it, you like it. If you hate it, you hate it.
I mean, I don't mind if people don't like Picard Season 3, right? Look, they were born, Trek fans were burnt as well with all the other shows, right? Really? Especially Discovery, right? Yeah. I get it. But what I didn't like was the attitude of not the people that you've mentioned, but I seen it on social media and on YouTube channels. The attitude of those people, of some people out there, Trek fans, like, were basically, going after people who enjoyed Picard Season 3. And I mean, I get that you don't like it. I get that you don't like Kurtzman or aren't related to it. Yeah. But at the end of the day, look, whether you agree or not, I found that show highly enjoyable. And it was, to me, listen, for me personally, Next Generation was the Star Trek that I was a kid growing up that was on TV, right? So I was 10 years old when that was on TV, right? Yeah. So that was my Trek, right? Yeah. It was thanks to me dad that I knew there was an original series, because I remember, I don't know what channel it was on in the UK. It might have been BBC Two, someone can correct me. But I do remember that every Saturday they used to show the original series of Star Trek. Yeah. I think it moved to Sky One then for a while. I think it was Sky One when it used to be called Sky One or whatever the fuck it was called back in the day. Right? And that's where I got to watch the original series. Yeah. Right? So I grew up. Next Generation was my Trek. Original series, then I grew up to love, and it is better, I will say. But for me, as I said, Next Generation crew was my crew, and I was delighted that they fucking basically did right by that crew in the end with the third season of Picard. Yeah. Yes, they bastardized these characters in the first two seasons, but in the third season, Terry did try make amends with the fans. Of course, I get why there's still resentment. I get why it's going to take more than Picard Season 3 to win fans back over. And I know they've messed up Strange New Worlds now, right? That's fair enough. Yous are justified.
No offense to Bobby D in the chat. He likes it, QED, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Well, fair play to Bobby. He said it's not perfect. There you go. Trek was shown on BBC Two on Saturday morning. There you go.
JWC,
so it was BBC Two. I was right. BBC Two.
I mean, a friend of mine is a massive fan of the kind of what we'd coin woke Trek, but I don't go around shouting him down. Originally, when we first met, he thought I was going to shout him down, and I go and gave him a Voyager combat. He's like, "You really are a Trekkie." I go, "Yep." You know what I mean? I don't shout anyone down.
At the end of the day, for me, Picard Season 3 was the perfect ending for the Next Generation.
Oh, yeah.
Did we need it really? Maybe not. No, but we got it. I enjoyed it. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Of course, it's not. No show is perfect, by the way. But you know what? He gave me moments that I will cherish. Terry did. Yeah. He gave me moments that I will cherish. The acting was great. But even Patrick Stewart looked like he wasn't phoning it in this time. Yeah. He looked like he was really into it. And I think he was against, I know for a fact that they originally wanted to bring back more of the crew originally for season 1, and he resisted. And season 1 then didn't do too well, and then obviously then season 1 didn't do too well. Then season 2, then they start introducing some of the old crew, right?
Yeah.
If they had done that from the very beginning, and if Patrick Stewart hadn't been such a hard nose about it, we could have got 3 seasons of that fucking crew.
God,
right? And I'm telling you, and then the last season, then they have to use the Enterprise. I'm telling you, man, it was just, look, to see that ship again. And I know people say it was nostalgia. It wasn't just nostalgia, though. I really loved the characters being back. I really loved the banter between them. Even Raffi, man, for fuck's sake, Raffi, I hate with her fucking passion. She's brilliant in this, man. Brilliant with Worf.
She was great with Worf.
They're bleeding soulmates, man, in the friendship kind of way. But I'm telling you, man, it was just brilliant. Brilliant, man. I fucking loved it.
And the overall narrative was brilliant about the kind of indoctrinating children. It was just perfect. It was so well hidden. It could be taken from both sides, both angles. It could be about right wing or left wing indoctrination. You know, it's
exactly. And that's narrative. What I think people. I think that's what people actually fucking, the point that they miss, PD. You're absolutely spot on there. You can look at her from either side, left or right narrative.
That is Star Trek. That's how Star Trek does narrative perfectly. And Terry just pulled it off. Bang out the water.
He did.
That's why I was so impressed. I bought the bloody jacket, mate. It took 6 months.
Man, I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to do. Maybe because I've been threatening to bring back watch-alongs and stuff. I might yourself, myself, and whoever else wants to join us.
Yeah,
and we'll do a couple of episodes a night of fucking Picard season 3, man, and relive it again.
Yeah,
relive it again. No way, man. Listen, right? It's the only Star Trek box set I'll buy. No, I'm not even. I'm going to buy the separate one on its own. I'm not buying the one with. Because Christmas time, you get a lot of these box sets, right? They'll give you the 3 seasons for like 20 quid. I don't want that shit, right? Yeah. I just want season 3 and that's it. That's how I want. So for me, season, right? So the way Star Trek The Next Generation ends, then season 3 is added on to that. That's it. That's how that ends to me. Anything else in between that, like season 1 and 2, fucking forget about it.
Yeah.
Forget about it. The musical episode was too long with too many songs in it. Listen though, Bobby, right? I did really like the 4th season, right? Now, this is where I'm coming from as a Trekkie, right? I'm not saying you're not a Trekkie, by the way.
Yeah,
right? But in fairness, right? The only person I want singing in Trek is the Doctor in 7 of 9. Okay?
Yeah.
In Voyager. Right? Another thing. I thought Star Trek, look, I get the whole fad with musicals. Right? And I love musicals. I love the sound of music. I love fucking Mary Poppins, Oliver Twist. Right? The musical version. Fucking, I even like, and I'll be watching it over the Christmas. Obviously, the musical version of fucking Scrooge, right? I watched them all, right? I love musicals. I fucking love them. Not a word of a lie. Sound of Music is probably my all-time favorite. Yes, it goes on for 3.5 hours, but I fucking love that movie, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I love it, right? But Trek and musicals, I'm sorry, do not go together.
No, it's going to be the narrative.
I hate when sci-fi shows actually do that, personally.
Yeah.
Personally.
I'll tell you this, though, Noel. Voyager pulled it off really well because it was in the episode. It was the Doctor performing a concert for aliens.
Yes, with the Doctor. Yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's what it be. But it wasn't a full-blown, like the captain wasn't singing and fucking you know what I mean? And Chakotay weren't singing. You know, that sort of way. Like, I'm not, look.
Just the Doctor.
Look, I do get that Trek wants to kind of like, you know, reach out to different parts of the fandom and stuff like that. I just And there's a rumor that Doctor Who is going to do a musical episode as well. I mean, I know Buffy did one. See, this is the problem. Buffy did one, and it was highly successful, and it was. And if you haven't seen the musical Buffy, there was Buffy, wasn't it? Was it Buffy or was it Angel? Buffy. It was definitely Buffy, I think, right? And that was successful, right?
Yeah.
And now every other fucking franchise out there thinks because Buffy did it, they can do it. And I don't like that. I don't like that. But look, if you enjoy that, I'm not knocking it. I'm seriously not actually. But I don't look season 2. Maybe it's just me. But season 2 did not live up to my expectations. And maybe that's on me. Maybe I am gone a bit hard when it comes to stuff like this because of obviously what's been going on the last couple of years. Maybe it is a bit of both. Yeah. Maybe the show isn't as good, and maybe it is me at the same time because I'm sick of getting mediocre entertainment.
Yeah.
Look, we all wanted 7 of 9 and Co to get their show, and Kurtzman said he heard the fans, but yet we still haven't heard that. He doesn't want to do it because he doesn't want to be shown up. Okay, we're not getting what we want, right? We're not going to get what we want now, right? And it's unfortunate, right? Because they've. I mean, Netflix had to buy Prodigy or something to keep it going. Yeah, I mean, that was one of their better shows, and they canned that. Like, what a fucking joke. Like, I like that show as well, by the way, because it's Voyager, so Captain Janeway, but she's a hologram. But it's fucking brilliant. If you haven't seen it. Seriously, man, I'm not messing. That's a good little show as well.
It's supposed to be good. It's supposed to be quite
good. It is. It's better than fucking that other shit that everybody watches. What's it? The other cartoon. What's it?
Oh, God, yes. Yeah, I know the one.
Lower Decks, Lower Dregs, or whatever they fucking call it. Are right. Yeah. Seriously, absolute rubbish.
You can't
Prodigy.
Call it canon. It's just
Prodigy.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry, I was just gonna say Prodigy has fucking heart. Yeah, it has heart,
and it's follows the canon.
It follows the exact. That's the thing that I love about it. Listen, if you haven't seen Star Trek Prodigy, please all watch it.
Yeah,
I would love you to support this. Seriously, man, it is a good show. It's a good show. It is. I'll scream to the rooftops about that.
Yeah.
Don't give a shit that it was on fucking whatever it was on. I'll watch it and Trek related if it's decent. And this is better than Lower Decks. I can't even believe Lower Decks gets all the praise.
Yeah, I know that one.
That's the thing.
I get sick of Memory Alpha and Lower Decks. They're always dumping for picks from Lower Decks. Oh, Kirk went to this bar and then Lower Decks went to this bar afterwards. Like, who cares? It can't be counted as canon because it's just taking the mick out of Star Trek. You can't have taking the mick out of Star Trek being canon. Because it's like it's what's the word? Oh, what is it? It's paradoxical to itself, if you know what I mean. It's like you can't have it. It just won't fit into canon if you're constantly lampooning your own show. It's like because you take it as a comedy.
I mean, again, Trek and comedy. I mean, yes,
it
does have. Listen, no, but this is the thing. People keep. I always hear this. But Trek did have comedy in it. Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
it had unintentional comedy moments, especially with Data. Yeah. And even in the classic series, when McCoy would say something to Spock, and Spock would say something back, but he wouldn't realize he was being ironic, and then Jim would say something, and that was the comedic moment. It wasn't a full blown fucking comedy, like. Yeah. This is what I don't get, man. When people say, "Oh, but there was always comedy," and there was, but little moments. Like, leave a fucking. Oh man!
It wasn't sitcom comedy. It was in the moment comedy. It was,
Yeah, exactly.
Because trouble with Tribbles. Kirk's having a really bad day and it gets covered in Tribbles.
Yeah.
Like, oh, for God's sake, kind of thing. It's not like he doesn't go, "Oh, I should have stayed in bed today." He just gives that look to the camera, doesn't he? Like, oh God. That's the kind of
So,
comedy. More
no, go on.
situational. It was more kind of. It wasn't a sitcom kind of comedy. It was like in the moment comedy.
Exactly.
But Kirk didn't turn to the camera, look on, break the fourth wall, and go, "Oh, maybe I should have had my coffee this morning."
Exactly, man. I even Voyager had its
Subtle.
funny moments.
Subtle.
7 of 9
Comedy.
had some funny moments. Remember when 7
Yeah.
of 9 got drunk and she goes to the
Yeah.
doctor, "You've always been a mentor to me," and all that, and everybody, it's fucking like had little moments like that. But here's something that shocked me, and this is how you know the world is really fucked up. So the longest running feud, well, not the longest running feud, but it's been one of the most eye-catching feuds out there in the music industry when Elton John ranted about Madonna winning an award for a live performance, and he basically said that she was miming and she doesn't fucking sing live or whatever it was. But it looks like they've buried the hatchet because Madonna did a concert, a tribute to AIDS victims. So Elton John praises Madonna after years-long feud. Singer shares he's deeply moved by the Queen of Pop's concert's tribute to AIDS victims. And I have to say, credit where credit is due there, man. I mean, you know, it's at least she's doing, I would say, you're doing something for the good. But I just want to say also, she's been on this tour and she's had her 11 or 12-year-old daughter or a boy. I don't know what it is, boy, girl. At this stage, I don't know. But one of the kids that she adopted,
adopted child,
was twerking live on stage, doing sexy move dance while Madonna, the mother, was rating her child out of 10. So she goes and does something like this, but then she exploits children. So I want to make that clear. So this is what Elton said. "We are deeply moved by the heartfelt tribute from Madonna during her celebration tour performance of Live to Tell, honoring the 40.4 million people we've lost to AIDS. Thank you, Madonna, for your advocacy and compassion, and for raising important awareness of the ongoing mission to end AIDS. With 39 million people living with HIV today, 9.4 million of whom are not currently on life-saving treatment, we must use our voices and platforms to ensure everyone has the opportunity to live full and healthy lives." And I do agree with Elton there. It's just I can't take Madonna seriously right now at the moment because obviously, you know, when you do disgusting acts like that and you bring your kid on stage and in front of a whole audience as well, by the way, live arena, I just don't think, you're saying one thing, but then she sets a good example on one hand, and then it sets a bad example on the other. I don't get Madonna sometimes. She's one of these. She's always been. Look, she is the Queen of Pop for a reason. She's reinvented herself over the decades, and that's how she's become still relevant. But I think lately she's been hanging out with the likes of the Kardashians and people like that to stay relevant. And I don't think those people have done Madonna's ego any good, to be quite honest with you. But she always has made questionable decisions and done questionable things. But when it involves kids, it's too far. And I just don't know, how people find that kind of behavior acceptable. Obviously, what did you call it?
What's up? What? Who with the what?
Where is it? Oh yeah. So as you all know, you might be interested in this, but as you know, me and Chris, if Chris was here tonight, actually he'd be in his element for this one. But Britney Spears has released a book, and it's went on to be like the biggest biggest seller in history or something for celebrity biographies. This was released a couple of days after Jada Pinkett Smith's book that was totally lambasted Will Smith and stuff, and he's there in the video acting like a complete nutcase. Listen, mate, right? Just before I get on to Britney, listen, mate. The whole world could see that she's not your wife now. Well, I mean, you are living together, but you are apparently not together, if you know what I mean. Right, so, listen. It's clear that this woman does not love you, mate, right? She bangs on about Tupac, and Tupac's closest friend says he wouldn't have touched her with a barge pole, right? Because she was this crazy motherfucker, right? All she's ever done is put you down, and then apparently now she's come out and embarrassed you even more, saying, well, she didn't, he did, you were shocked when he went up and hit Chris Rock at the Oscars. We all saw the footage, right? You gave him this weird fucking look, and all of a sudden he snapped, right? So don't be pretending that you're little Miss Innocent. You knew exactly what you were doing. You hate the man so much you wanted to take that moment, that Oscar moment, away from him and ruin it. And that's exactly what you did. Now, Will, listen for a minute. We all know you love that woman and the ground that she walks on, and you worship her, and you will let her treat you like shit for the rest of your life. But you deserve much better, mate. You deserve much better than that woman. That woman drags you down, right? Your finest moment as an actor was ruined because she gave you ice. We all saw the look. She controls you like that. You need to cut the apron strings and get the fuck out of there for your own sanity. Right? Just go out there and find yourself a woman who wants to be with you for you. Right? And doesn't want to change you. Right? You're the shadow of the bloke that we are. Nah, man, it's fucking sad. And I know people say he deserves it and all of this crap. Listen, none of you have been in a relationship where a person's can be manipulating. Right? And it's not as easy. Right? It's not as easy just to walk a fucking way. She's done a number on him all these fucking years. It's not as easy. Even me giving that advice, he'd tell me to go, and he'd go to defense if he would. Right? She's done a number on him. And unless he snaps out of it himself, nobody else can help him. But I hope he does, because I like the guy. I really do. I like him as an actor as well. He shouldn't have went up and hit Chris Rock, but I think everybody I think everybody overreacted, to be quite honest with you.
I think it was. I
blame the Oscars.
I blame the Oscars for having him. You should have had Chris Rock, because it did the same thing happen with what's his name? The Office. They played David Brent in The Office. Oh,
yeah, Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, when Ricky Gervais did it, the Golden Globes. It's like, well, if you're going to have these comedians on, they're going to be like velociraptors. They're going to go for the prey. You know what I mean? They always do. Oh,
yeah.
To have a soft comedian on, like a Billy Crystal or something, doing some soft comedy. Don't get a velociraptor on.
I'm not excusing what Will Smith did.
No,
but people have to analyze that whole relationship and understand why he did what he did. And I can understand that. He's being controlled. She can literally tell him to his face that he's the biggest piece of shite that she's ever set her eyes on, and he'll still love her.
I know. It's like a lovesick puppy, isn't it? Really.
Anyway, the segue was obviously we kind of got sidetracked there, but that's my advice to Will. By the way, still love you, mate. Still love your movies, and I hope you see the light one day, because we'd like to see that Mr. Cool back. That confident Will Smith, that cocky Will Smith. That's the Will Smith we like, right? The Will Smith that is carefree and doesn't have a care in the world.
Yeah.
And entertains his fan base. And that's what we like. But anyway, Justin Timberlake obviously has received some criticism because of Britney's book. because Britney has revealed that she had an abortion because Justin didn't want to become a father. Now, I personally am against abortion anyway, right? So I'll just put it out there myself, right? That's where I stand on it. In extreme cases, of course, I've made my position clear on this. So I'm not going to get into it again. But in extreme cases, like the R word and the in yoke, where two family men, all that, and a medical, right? I have no problem with, right? But so obviously she's been, a lot of people over the last year have been commenting on her videos. She puts up a lot of videos where she's dancing and stuff. People say that she's unhinged and all of that. But it's not really. If you actually understand the whole thing, you'll understand why Britney's doing that. But it goes over a lot of people's heads. So I'm not going to get into it. But anyway, apparently he didn't want to be a father, so she went and had an abortion. Now, obviously, people are pointing the finger at him and blaming him. Can I just point out that our family and the record company would have actually intervened, and his record company would have intervened. Now, Justin said he wasn't ready. Okay, that's fair enough. Accidents do happen, right? Personally, myself, I would have stuck by her and have the baby, right? But obviously, it's different in America. They're a certain age and that service is widely available, and people feel if they're not ready, they'll wait until later on to have kids and all of that. And fair enough, that's the way the culture is over there. I'm not going to criticize that. But I don't think anybody should be really too harsh on Justin or too harsh on Britney, because I think Britney has even said herself she's not, like, she's regretted it, but it didn't work out between the two of them anyway. So think about it. It ended up that they split up. She would have been stuck with a baby. Now, of course, I do believe he would have stepped up and paid the payments and all of that and been a father to the kid. But, people going after him. Look, there's other people that you should be going after in the book. Well, not even going after them, but listen to her story. She's, what they've done to that woman. Is absolutely disgusting. Our family should hang their heads in shame. The record company should hang their heads in shame. And in fairness, could Justin have been a bit more of a man and stepped up to the plate? Well, look at the age of the two of them when she got pregnant. They were both very young. Right? They were both very young. So, a decision was made, and that's it. But I just think, it's a sad situation all the way around. It is, because that woman, look, I love her music. I'm not gonna lie. She's roughly the same age as me. I think we're the same age, or she's 2 years younger than me or something like that. So I grew up with our music, but it is sad to see. Sad to see that it's there's loads of we don't know what goes on behind
we don't
the scenes with all of these celebrities. Madness though. Madness, the whole world that we're living in. We got all of this other crap going on, and then people have their personal shit as well. It is, though. It's a sad, damning indictment of the celebrity culture, though, as well, if you think about it. Do you remember South Park actually did that episode of Britney? Do you remember the whole sacrifice Britney, and then they brought out Miley Cyrus? They said Britney was going to be sacrificed, then Miley would be the next one. Because remember, Miley came out and did Wrecking Ball and all of that, and she hyper-sexed herself and all of this crap, and everybody thought she was going to go off the rails. But actually, in fairness to Miley Cyrus, though, she didn't actually go off the rails, though.
No.
She didn't actually go down that route. She did it for an album or something where she was super or sexy, and then I think by the next album, then she was dressed in flower dresses and all of this. She just went, look, that was her just, in her own words, as she said, she was releasing the Disney shackles. You know what I mean? They have to kind of sex themselves up to get away from Disney because, Disney won't. Well, they say they won't.
Yeah.
Hire people like that, but of course they fucking do.
Oh
Do you know
God, yeah,
what I
they
mean?
do now.
So yeah. Oh, Macy Gray. Why is Macy Gray trending? Hold on. Did something happen, Macy Gray?
Her voice
I
finally
try
gone.
to say goodbye and I choke. Try to walk away and I stumble. That was a great song, though.
Yeah.
She did. She was good when she first came out, but she was a bit of a. I think she was a drunk. She was always drunk. Let me say.
Yeah.
Why is Macy Gray? Oh, because she's in Ireland. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, good luck to her then. Yeah, yeah. She's in Dublin, Ireland. Oh, she knows she's in Dublin. Because I hate when big celebrities come over here, they say, "Hello, Ireland," or they're in Cork, they go, "Hello, Dublin, Ireland," and then everybody in Cork is like, "What the fuck is he talking about? He's in Cork. He's in Cork. What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Fucking hell. But yeah, Macy Gray. So that's good. Yeah, she's not as big as she used to be, though, is she? So
yeah.
it's nice that she's still.
I hate when they do the O2 Arena because you're like, yeah, we're South London, mate. I do at Wembley. Yes, we're North London.
And I choke.
Yeah.
Oh, Martin Scorsese's new movie is coming out with the Killers of the Flower Moon. It's already out, and it stars De Niro, DiCaprio, loads of other high profile stars. And Quentin Tarantino is working on his very last movie, apparently. But he has said that over the years, but I think he might be really. He keeps saying it, but I think this time, which will be a shame, because look, Tarantino is like Marmite, right? Yeah. For some people, you either love him or you hate him. Yeah. I love him personally. I love his movies. They're ultra violent. I miss movies like that, to be quite honest with you. And they're always highly entertaining. And he gets even actors that you wouldn't even think of getting, he gets, and then they end up, Oscar-winning performance, but like they never get Oscars because Tarantino's movies are a bit, for people. Yeah, but there it is again. So South Park just obliterated Hollywood over their anti-white wokeness.
Yeah.
So South Park apparently has butchered. I have to watch that episode.
Oh, yeah,
I have to watch it now. I think I might go back down, watch the seasons I missed, or maybe just go straight into this because maybe, I don't know what to do, but I will.
I'm glad Matt and Trey did this. I mean, they've been very, very careful about this for the whole kind of last 5 or 6 years, but I'm glad they finally dropped the bomb.
Yeah, they have, because they've been navigating. They're clever, man.
Yeah,
clever. They've been navigating their way through this whole fucking real bad period, right? Yeah. And they've been taking the piss out of everything. Everything. And then people thought, oh no, they've gone woke because they're taking the piss out of stuff that we like. But no, they were very fucking clever, right? Yeah. They were building up to this. They were all, because now Hollywood's at its weakest. Now all of this is at its weakest because people are fed up with it.
Yeah,
people are fed up with the PD now, so they feel that now is the time to strike, and I cannot fucking wait. Kathleen Kennedy deserves to be called out. Disney deserves to be called out, because I may not be a Star Wars fan, but I have grown up with all of those movies and the prequels and then the fucking sequel trilogy, right? Like everybody else, right? Everything Star Wars I've nearly watched, not everything, but almost fucking everything, right? Always on in my household. My dad would be a Star Wars fan as well, right? But what they've done to that brand, right? And what Kathleen Kennedy especially and the people that she's hired have done to that brand, they ought to hang their heads in shame, right? So I'm glad someone, because once one starts slagging them off, trust me, the floodgates open then. Then it's open fucking season. And then when they point out, when comedians and all start pointing out the stupidity of it all and then the media start calling out the stupidity of it all and how it's bankrupt Hollywood. It's the same here with the migrants now. All of a sudden, the Irish government's tune has changed. Oh, we're full. We're at capacity. We're at capacity now, right? Media's report. So once they start changing their tune, the media go along with the ride. The critics do, except the really strong fucking ones like, what's her name? Woman that said that fucking Super Mario Brothers movie was shit, but everybody loved it.
God, yeah, Grace Randolph.
Grace Randolph, right? You'll still have all of those little wokes, right? But they'll be the minority. They'll be the minority because the rest of the world will cop on to what's going on. Absolute fucking shambles what they've done to Star Wars, and I'm glad people are finally waking up. So yeah, and we've got Nicholas Horton in the chat as well. So something to look out for.
Boring.
Yeah. Oh. So this is just come in. This has just come in. So I was gonna wrap up there, but we'll talk. I'll let PD give his reaction to this. So it doesn't seem to be a very good couple of weeks for the actress Rachel Zegler.
Oh God!
So now not only has she been dropped from the Paddington movie, and has been confirmed, by the way, this has just dropped 37 minutes ago. Disney delays Snow White to March 24th, March the 21st, 2025.
Oh, they're reshooting.
The movie was originally scheduled to be released on March 22nd, 2024, and the source for that is Variety. So a whole year. So they are absolutely reshooting this movie. They're reshooting this movie like everybody said that they would. They have to, because now they know, and she has to bring her A game now, because I don't think it'll be surprising. Actually, I would be surprised, because apparently Jenna Ortega is a name that has been mentioned in the frame to play Snow White if they do drop Rachel Zegler. But we will find out if that actually happens. But PD, what do you think of the news?
I knew this was going to happen. I absolutely knew it. But you know, at the end of the day, though, you know whose fault it actually is? It's not. It is Rachel Zegler's, but you know who's mostly at fault? Disney for letting her shoot her bloody mouth off. There you go.
Yeah.
We've told them you've got to show a bit of public relations. Hundreds of times. You can't just throw PR in the bin and just do what you want and let these people shoot the mouth off, because they're going to destroy entire films and franchises. We keep saying that to them, but they're like, oh, no, we know better. We're Disney. No, you don't. You know nothing. You've lost all your original, all your creatives, and all your proper public relations people who could turn a defeat into victory. They're all gone. You just got absolute newbies behind the scenes who don't know what they're doing. And
I'm telling you,
this shows it.
I'm telling you, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Listen, Bob, my advice to you would be this. It's simple, mate. We don't want the live action version of Snow White, right? Yeah. We never have. Okay? So what you do is you move on from this live action remake nonsense that your company seems to be currently on. If you want to do live action Disney movies, go ahead, but make them original live action.
Yeah,
it's as simple as that, right? And then go back to what Disney is famous for. It's animations, and make original animations. It's not fucking hard, Bob, right? It's not fucking hard. It's not fucking rocket science either. Right, it's simple.
It's easy.
Okay. Now, look, I don't know how many times you have to be told how many flops you need. The public are just listen. the bottom line is the public are not down for live action movies,
Yeah,
right?
this
No
new
matter how you
customer.
frame the movie, right? You give them a Black Little Mermaid, that's fine, fair enough. I don't agree with it, but fine, fair enough. But the movie flopped,
Yeah,
right? The movie flopped, mate, right? Because you think that because the wokies are in Hollywood now and the wokie journalists and all, right, activists, right, you think that the general public want what these
yeah.
wokies are talking about. They've already overwhelmingly told you for the last, 10 years that they're not down for this. So change course, mate. Go back to what you are good at doing. Give original live action movies. You know what? Tail between your legs. Go to Johnny Depp and get fucking Pirates of the Caribbean
Oh yeah, you need it. You need it.
back on fucking
Give him his
TV, back on
alpaca
screen.
farm. Give him his
Right?
alpaca farm.
I give him his alpaca farm. Give him whatever it takes to fucking get him back. Right? Or if you don't want to do a Pirates of the Caribbean movie franchise, that's fine. Do a TV show. Why can't you do a fucking Pirates of the Caribbean TV show?
TV spin-off.
Like, seriously, you mean to tell me you couldn't do that? Like the way you do with Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon and no, not like the shitty Lord of the Rings and all of that. But you mean to tell me you can't build a whole universe around Pirates of the Captain Jack Sparrow and Pirates of the Caribbean and do a weekly one episode? You know what I mean?
There's more than one.
Do
pirate,
side adventures as well. You don't always have to be on the Black Pearl. You know.
For Jack Rackham around or something, or one of the other pirates, Blackbeard.
Telling you, man. And you could have guest stars and all showing up each week like they used to do back in the old days. Guest star each week, like they did with Columbo and Murder, She Wrote, and all of these. The Knight Rider and fucking A-Team. You always had a special guest star. Right, it's not fucking hard.
You get the lady that played Tia Dharma to be like the narrator of the whole thing. They could always start with like someone asking Tia Dharma a strange question or something, and she goes into the story, a bit like the storyteller, but do it with Pirates of the Caribbean and Tia Dharma. That'd be brilliant. You
could do something, man, with that franchise. You don't have to necessarily keep it as a movie franchise. Yeah. You could, and Johnny Depp, he'd be the main. The main star, the fucking show, but
just set it before Pirates of the Caribbean 3 and have it with Tia Dharma and have her telling her stories to people. It would be brilliant.
That's it. Each week, then a different story, different fucking episode with fucking. I'm telling you, man, they could do something. Here, Bob, me and PD are available. Our rates are reasonable.
Yep, got my qualifications.
Right, he has some. I don't need qualifications because I can already tell you where you're going wrong.
Oh,
because I'm smarter. Because I'm smarter than you. You might be educated and a millionaire. But like Walt Disney, I'm a fucking genius. Right, listen to me, you win. Right, listen to the wokies, you lose. Anyway.
Yeah.
This has been a good one. There's a big match on outside, so it's going to get really loud here. To Dublin Derby. It's St. Pat's versus Shamrock Rovers. So if Pats win tonight, we're close to getting to the top of the league, and the team that we're playing tonight is top of the league. So a result. Hold on now, I'll tell you now. So if they get the result tonight, they go level on points with them, but Shamrock Rovers still have that game in hand. But it's an important game. It's going to be loud. There's kids outside and all. Everything. She's in the room with Ted fireworks. Oh, man. It's just been... Do you know what? This week, I'm not going to tell you a word of a lie. I've had... Even though 2023 has been shit, right? Personally, I've had a decent 2023. It's been okay.
Yeah.
But see, this week has probably been the worst week that I've had in 2023, and it just hasn't been good. So hopefully by next week I'm a lot more chipper, guys, and don't forget the movie poll. We're doing a Bruce Willis movie next week, It's the Bruce Willis fest, you know, with the man being sick and all. And I am a fan of fucking Bruce Willis.
I love.
I wanted to do a Bruce Willis movie watch along. So you have a couple of choices, folks. So I'm just trying to. Where am I? There I am. So
do Armageddon.
So you can vote, because I'd like you all to vote while you are here now. I said I'd remind people. So the movies you have a choice of. Now, I know you could go with the obvious one, which is Die Hard, right? But look at the other choices, and if you still can't make up your mind, I've put the trailers of all the movies up, right? Because I think that will help, because it's very easy for just people to go in and vote for Die Hard because Die Hard's a great movie. Yeah, I agree. But look at the trailers of the other movies, because there's a few gems in there, and I actually have to say even Chris Persia agreed with me. So right now, actually, I knew it was going to be winning. So Die Hard is winning with 58%. Mercury Rising is on 15%. The Last Boy Scout is on 12%. And Death Becomes Her is on 15%. Now, I think they're great movies there, but everybody seems to be going for the obvious one, which is Die Hard. So it looks like Die Hard, unless that vote changes over the weekend, it looks like Die Hard's going to win out. But I would really implore you all to go and, before you do vote, to go and check out the trailers and still see if you want to watch Die Hard. If that's the case, then and vote for it. But the good movies there, The Last Boy Scout was a cracking movie, actually, and so is Mercury Rising. And Death Becomes Her is brilliant.
Oh, you like Death Becomes Her?
Yeah, I do. I like it. I like
Halloween's just around the corner, so.
I know. But it doesn't matter. Look, at the end of the day, I'm being a bit biased. I won't try to influence the list. I'm not going to be able to influence that vote. Die Hard's going to fucking win again.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
It's not Christmas yet.
No, but I am working.
Halloween. Death Becomes
So Halloween is when? Halloween is Monday?
Yeah, 31st, isn't it? Yeah.
Right.
30th,
so, yeah, Monday, what normally happens is I don't stream, but we'll have a special movie zone for Monday, because Lindsay, who does be in the chat, asked us to do Halloween for
Tuesday, actually.
For Halloween.
No, it's Tuesday, actually.
Oh, is it Tuesday? Oh, right. Well, then that clashes with. Yeah, I'll have to work something out there.
Monday,
or maybe not do it on Halloween night, and maybe just do it the week after. I'll say. Listen, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out anyway. If it's Monday, then what did you say? You could do Monday?
No, I said you probably have to do it Monday. It's probably the best time.
Yeah.
We're on Wednesday, aren't we?
Oh my God! Right, I have to show you this. Right, you won't be able to see it. Oh, hold on. No way. Right, this will be for people on Twitter, unfortunately. Right, so there's a match on, right, outside, but they've got the green flares going, and you can't see a bloody thing. I can't even see the pitch. They've had to wait. The match was supposed to kick off, but they've had to wait because the pitch
flares everywhere. Yeah,
green flares. It's starting to lighten up now, but holy shit, that's something else.
Yeah.
So I'll throw that up for Twitter for people, but holy shit. But we're going to wrap it up there. Halloween is Tuesday. Listen, I'll figure something out anyway. I will do it. I might even do a bleeding Sunday night or something, because Sunday I don't really do that. And I do have the Manchester Derby. So if Man United win, which I'm not thinking we will, but if we do, then I'll be in good form. And I might come on. I'll give Lindsay, I'll get Cheryl actually to drop Lindsay a line and let her know when we're doing the movie, so she knows. But look, we'll leave it there. I'll let PD do the usual shout-outs, but you can find me on Noel Zone Gaming. You can find me on here, the Noel Zone. We also have a Rumble channel, and I am going to a few demonstrations soon, so there'll be plenty of footage up there as well. And as I said, it is hard to get some of these guys on to bring them onto my channel to interview because they're so busy. Most people that are leading this protest against the government are out every night of the week in their communities. So it's very hard to tie them down because they're actually getting interviewed by proper journalists or citizen journalists, I should say.
Oh, that's better,
and, and as I'm only starting off, it's going to be very hard. But I do, I have been talking to some of them, and they're great people. So hopefully, as yourself with everything, you show up all of a sudden, people are wondering who you are. So we've got to get to know these people first before they could trust me, because there's lots of if people don't believe that governments have plants and all of that shit, you'd be sorely naive. It happens all the time, and I don't blame these people for being cautious and stuff like that. So so eventually that'll happen. But I will be putting up other footage. I will be there, and I will hopefully, if some people are willing to come on camera, I will ask them questions why they're here and why they felt it necessary to be here and all of that stuff, and let's just hear what fellow Irish citizens are saying about their country. And PD has put Scottish Stavros and Queen Charlotte's channel there, and I'll let him do the rest of the shout outs now. And thank you for understanding, guys. I know it's an early one, but literally I'm in bits here. I'm not actually gonna lie, I'm in bits. So I'll be straight off here and into the bathroom, unfortunately. But PD, if you're around the weekend, man, if you're around if you're around Sunday, let me know. I might do that movie zone on Sunday. If you're around, I'm not saying you have to do it. I know you're busy, but if you want to come on and have a laugh and watch Halloween with me, I know, I prefer Nightmare on Elm Street. That's my franchise, But I do like the first Halloween movie because the first one is actually decent. It's just the rest after that, and I'm not getting into it because I'll cause an argument with Halloween fans. So I'll leave it there. So PD, go ahead and do the shout outs there, mate. The rest of them, whoever you want to highlight.
Gobby and Jack. So, okay. Do check out our good friend Scottish Davros over on his channel, which Queen Charlotte streams with. Dan Haddy at Type 40, who Charlotte also streams with, and I occasionally stream with. Rabbi Khadija support during this current climate crisis, and he's always streaming more now because of what's happening. And Cinnamon Toast Crush, good friend of ours. Check his channel out and check out Jack Mains as well, and Gobby, guys. Well, the Gobster.
And I've actually been streaming with Cinnamon Toast doing Zombie, but he's got missing the last couple of days. So because we're doing really late night streams, so I probably fucking wore the poor fella out because I haven't seen him in a couple of days. But we have been streaming on Noel's own game, and I even downloaded Black Ops 4 to do zombies there, and also got Nuketown as well. So anybody that plays multiplayer, you'll know that Nuketown is a very popular map with people. I play Nuketown as well. So if you want to come over, and I will be continuing the Alien Isolation. I've decided to just do one episode of that a week. So I'll do one over the weekend at some fucking stage. PD will probably come in and give me a hand because I'm absolutely fucking awful.
I'll dig the map out.
In fairness, I'm not after doing too bad with it so far for my first time ever playing the game. I've never played this game, remember? So that's the thing. So I'm actually a bit chuffed because I've gotten quite far without any help. And then PD came in and showed me how to unlock doors and to do some stuff because I was still fucking clueless. But he gave me a good hand out, and it was nice to see PD in there. And Chris popped in as well to say hello as well. So it was nice to see some of the people on this channel come over and support me on the other one. I really do appreciate it, guys. Seriously, man, because I'm just an ordinary guy here, just trying to
you do get to beat up a lot of androids, though. That's the fun part of that game.
Yes, well, I can't wait until we get to that part.
Crack a
Yeah,
few androids' heads open. That's fun.
that's it. I've had to do sneaking around. I feel kind of naked in the game when you don't have a gun or a weapon. It's like
you'll
that
get
Dead
one.
Island, you know, at the start where
Doesn't
you
work.
don't have
Yeah.
a weapon at first,
Yeah.
then you get a weapon, and then you're grand, and you're going around beating them
Yeah.
with a bleeding spanner and stuff. Anyway, thank you for joining me.
All right.
We'll be back next week, and we will, as I said, hopefully I'm a little bit better. I just think it's because, you know, the last few weeks, guys, I've been actually really on. I've been streaming on 3 different fucking channels, and I think basically what's probably happened is, as what I thought would happen, is it's all caught up on me. And then you get run down, and then when you get run down, obviously, but I'm eating well, so I thought, you know, it's not just about eating well, you've got to rest as well, and I'm not resting as much as I should, and that's me problem. So yeah, I'll be doing that for sure. Anyway, I might stick my head out there now, and after I go into the bathroom, and then maybe watch a bit of this match or something, entertain myself. Anyway, PD, as usual, pleasure, mate. You're an absolute legend. Tim, Nicholas, JWC Reviews. Who else is in the chat there as well? Don't want to miss anybody. Bobby as well. I said JWC, didn't I? I did. I just want to make sure. And Tim and Garbage as well popped in at the very start there as well. Thank you, guys, for tuning in. To everybody else that will watch after the fact, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. If you are subscribed, make sure that you're still subscribed, because finally YouTube, I did the training thing. So they asked me like 7 or 8 questions, right? And you are basically, is this doxing? Is this a community guideline striking? So I had to answer these questions, right, to pass. So I got all my questions right, and so it means any little J-bot that reported the channel over the years now, and remember, one of the community things remained on my channel even though I appealed it and won. Well, it'll be clear my channel will be like as if I only started it again. All of those will be removed. So hopefully from now on in, we shouldn't have too much disruption now with me not with the notifications coming up, because my channel won't be a marked channel anymore. Yeah. So that's something good. And as you can hear the crowd outside, because Shamrock Rovers are right now on the attack. Listen, by the way, just to let you know, Dublin Derby, there's always murder at these games with the two right. They have to actually keep the away fans in the stadium while the home fans go home, right? Because Irish football, it's gotten a bit over the years now. They've gotten better with it now, but you get these rival gangs, you know. So you get people, Shamrock Rover, you know, ultras. You get the St. Pat's ultras, and they'll meet up and they'll fight each other and stuff like that shit. So that's why there's a huge Garda presence around everywhere. Anyway, good night, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy our weekend. I'm pretty sure I will. We always do a Halloween stream as such anyway. Yeah. So either way, I'll be on as I always do. But thanks for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. And we will talk to you very soon. Have a good one, folks.
Bye. Try again.